Hello, welcome back to Guitarchaeology with Pinetop Jackson. My friend Bob from RJ's Cave, a YouTube channel based in New York, has a late 80s Aria Pro 2. He sent me photos and some video footage of it. Let's check it out. Here's the guitar. We see a little bit of the black paint scratched off. It's HSS configured with Aria Pro 2 branded pickups, a volume knob and a push-pull tone knob, selector switch, rosewood fretboard with dot inlays. And here's the headstock with 6 inline tuners. Notice the trapezoid-shaped truss rod cover, and then a script font Aria Pro 2 logo with the blurb XR Series Electrics. Here's the back of the headstock showing the Aria branded tuners. Here's a couple shots from the back of the guitar, the tremolo cavity, the wiring inside the control cavity, and of course the neck plate. It reads Aria Pro 2 Accurate Bolt-On System. It has a 7-digit serial number, 7071324. Now everything about this screams it was made in Korea by Samick. Samick used a serial number system in the 80s that matches this 7-digit number. It goes YMMXXXX. So if this is correct, it was made in July of 1987 and was the 1,324th unit to roll off the assembly lines that month. But the waters get a little muddy here, because in spite of everything on the body saying Korea, RJ has a suspicion that it was actually made in Japan, and that's because of the tremolo that came out of it. Bob bought this guitar with a broken tremolo block. He's got another one on it serving as a replacement for now, but here's the crack block of the original, just made of cheap pot metal. And here's a good shot of the original tremolo. This guitar came from the factory with this. It's called an ACT-2X or an ACT-2X, and Bob says that this proves that the guitar was made in Japan instead of Korea. Here's what he says.
We hold on to it because this tremolo is actually proprietary to the factory that made the guitar, not necessarily to Aria Pro 2. If anyone knows better than me, please let me know in the comments, okay? So, holding on to this is imperative because it's branded very specifically, which will let people know that this was indeed made as one of the last ones in the Japanese factory, okay? The other thing is the serial number, but in this case, the serial number on this guitar says it's made in 1987, and as far as the general information is, this guitar wasn't made in that factory, but it has the right tremolo, so it indeed was. It was just one of the last ones. So it has an early 1987 number on the back. That's what it is. So, but without having this, and only having the serial number, people are just going to say, well, it's an 87, so it wasn't made there. Okay, so this is important.
The headstock says XR Series. I found a couple old catalog pages to reference. Sorry they're so blurry. This one's better. We see 2 basses and 3 guitars. The XR-ST-3 had 2 humbuckers and apparently was only available in white. At the top is the XR-DX-3K, which has the HSS configuration but with a collar tremolo. Also notice the shark fin inlays on the neck. And then there's the XR-ST-3, and this looks like our number right here. The black body, the dot inlays on the neck, and it says it has the new ACT-2X tremolo in black. These guitars were all made by Samick in Korea. Now when Bob says that this tremolo is proprietary to that factory, he's talking about Matsumoku, who built the electric guitars for Aria from the beginning up until 1987. You guys know the records from this time period are so choppy and inconclusive, but I've read that Matsumoku closed its doors in February 1987. So if this serial number says it was made in July 1987, well that's a few months too late for Matsumoku. Further, I cannot find any reference talking about this ACT-2X tremolo being proprietary to Matsumoku. It was used on Japanese-made Wildcat models, but also on Korean-made The Cat models. Bob talked about it having 74mm post spacing, which is what the Floyd Rose old school style with no fine tuners used. But the Samick-made Epiphone Sheratons had 74mm post spacing too, but those have stop bar tail pieces, so I just don't know. So I'll send it out to you guys, my fellow guitarchaeologists. I count on you to combine the evidence presented here with the research and knowledge you already have worked so hard on. Leave us comments down below, tell us what you think, Japanese or Korean, Matsumoku or Samick. Bob edited together some nice footage of him running through the settings on his Aria Pro 2 XR-ST-3, so I'll leave you with that. See you next time.